Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, what a movie it was! And yes, you're right, we are talking about the new Deadpool movie, Deadpool and Wolverine. So, I should say that I didn't watch the trailer because I needed this like full shock surprise moment. And I'm super happy that I did it because the whole movie I was like getting new aspects that for me was new. I was surprised and like this is something that from now on I'm going to do, not watching a trailer. So I didn't watch the trailer because I wanted to be surprised in the cinema. And oh my god, what a good thing that was that I didn't do that because it was full with shock, surprise, all positively. And from now on, I'm going to like not watching any trailer when I want to watch it in the cinema. So, I live in Germany, and in Germany, you don't see that very like exciting moment in cinema that something happens that everyone stands up and starts to clap, shout, yell, say yes. And I was super surprised when I saw that during this movie it happened. I mean, everyone was shouting, like at some parts that we will talk about it later. People stood up, started to shout, started to clap, started to yell, and this is something that I want from a movie. So, but let's go a little bit backward. I mean, I'm so excited to talk about this movie that I cannot even control my excitement. But let's go a little bit backwards. See, what was the movie about? So, it was about Deadpool trying to search for Wolverine. Why? Because, okay, Wolverine was dead in his universe, and apparently he was the anchor of this universe. And TVA wanted to eliminate this universe completely. So what does he want to do? He's going to different universes, try to find a substitute Wolverine for his universe's Wolverine. So this was actually a very super fun part because he's going to each universe and he's seeing like different variants of the Wolverine. For example, even in one of the universes, the Wolverine was Henry Cavill, which of course he's a DC character and it was a joke toward DC. Or in one of the Wolverines in another universe, he was a small Wolverine, which actually is a comic accurate Wolverine. There were Wolverine with Hulk. There were so many different variants of Wolverine, and at the end, he found one Wolverine. And according to TVA, when he take this Wolverine and take him to the TVA. According to them, he is the worst Wolverine. But anyway, TVA wanted to eliminate this universe from the timeline. So what do they do? They are sending Deadpool and Wolverine to the void. And who are they going to see in the void? That is mind blowing. First of all, the like the very small thing that maybe I tell you before like I talk about the whole thing is that the twin sister of Charles is there, and she has so much power that it will surprise you. But anyway, before I talk about inside of the void, that what happens, let's talk about like the whole movie itself. In the very beginning of the movie, Deadpool is fighting the people from TVA, and the NSYNC songs "Bye Bye" is playing when he's dancing, and also he's fighting also with the bones of Wolverine against the TVA guy. And there are so many things that why NSYNC song was chosen, but one of the things that I think it was the possibility, and it came to my mind the first thing is that okay, the X-Men was in Fox, and there is somehow like because it's like bye bye bye, it is somehow saying that yeah bye 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 X-Men is not Fox anymore. So that can be one of the reasons. But in general, right now it is super hyped in Instagram, TikTok, everyone are singing, dancing with this song, and it is something super hyped. But I think one of the reasons maybe it was because they were actually saying bye bye to the Fox. But if you think there were any other reasons to bringing up NSYNC and this song especially, let me know in the comments because there are so many reasons that can be that I like to hear your opinions also about. The movie starts strong because when there are two superheroes like in the title and like they want to fight with each other, the first thing that you think is that okay, one of the last scenes of this movie is that these two are going to fight against each other. And actually, one of the first scenes, a very big fight between the Deadpool and Wolverine happens, and when you watch it, you're saying, "Oh boy, that is a movie that I want to watch. But in the beginning, one of the biggest fights happened. Not like in Pink Panther. I meant Black Panther movie. That the last scene was a little bit Black Panther fight. That's it was not even count as fight in my opinion. So this is the difference. I mean, that you can see that if a movie it is the movie that may reach to your expectations or not. And when in the beginning you see such a thing, you think that it can be actually a movie that I like to watch until the end, and it didn't disappoint us because we know how did it end. So from a Deadpool movie, we always expect funny jokes and a little bit like, let's call it adult talk. But this was beyond that. This was really smart. Not just jokes, like some cringe jokes, really smart jokes. Like some stuff that you laugh at, and at the same time when you think about it, there is a reason behind these jokes. I mean, even like at some point he's even dissing Marvel itself. He's bringing so many Blake Lively jokes, his wife in reality, from Gossip Girl to like bringing her name, and like jokes with other characters. It is really smart, funny movie. And about the Blake Lively, there is a scene that there is a lady Deadpool and with like a ponytail, like a blonde ponytail. And when I looked at it, I was just like, this is also definitely like a how to say, like a reference to Blake Lively. And actually afterwards I looked at the cast and I saw that it was really her. And cherry on top, two of their children actually were also playing some of the variants of the Deadpool. An amazing thing about this movie was that there were so many cameos. I would call it a cameo a feast. And this is not just like a normal, just like, yeah, a important character comes, okay, yeah, now it goes. No, for each one of them that was a reason. Each one of them played a role. Each one of them were acting in a way that you were just like, oh, I would miss him or her if this person was not in the movie. There were so many references. One of the scenes that was one of my favorite scenes, especially if you watch it in cinema, probably you experienced it, was that Chris Evans come and everyone started to shout and say, yes, Captain America is back, and like everyone are so hyped. Even Deadpool is waiting for that assemble things that always Captain America is saying, and like everyone are like anticipating, and suddenly we see that actually it is not Captain America, and it's Johnny Storm from Fantastic Four. And this is like extremely funny and at the same time smart, because you're like bringing hope to some people, and like there is another reason, but that is also a good thing. So I don't know if you understand what I mean, but it was really smart to bring him. And like let's say, before I talk about the other cameos, let's talk a little bit about Chris Evans, because they are getting arrested by the Nova, I guess she was called, the twin sister of Charles. And then that was starting to say, yeah, Johnny started to badmouth you, and everyone are thinking during the whole movie that he was just like trying to save himself, let's say, in a polite way, to save himself. And then Nova kills Johnny Storm. And at the end of the movie, it is a very smart post-credit scene that actually it shows that Johnny was really bad-mouthing Nova, and that's the reason that he was dead. So this was like one of the very top parts of the movie. And there are other cameos from like these teleporter rings from Doctor Strange to Thor, Hulk, Tony Stark, Ant-Man, even Mad Max, even Spock. So it was really full with cameos. Blade was there, Gambit was there, but not played. But it was not played, I guess, with the same actor in the first time that he was appeared in a movie. Which movie was it? I guess it was the Wolverine. I don't know. I'm not sure right now, but it was played by Channing Tatum, and like Channing Tatum is a god also. So it was really nice combination of people, of superheroes, of famous characters in this movie. Even at some point you're seeing a 20th Century Fox in the void that is like a little bit upside down. So like it was also very funny. And the good thing is that it was not just dump of the character. Okay, we need more characters, so let's put more characters. No, it was thought. There were some thoughts behind each one of the characters that were like playing a role in it. And the only character that actually I think it would be amazing to be shown in this movie, because it had a reason for him, was Loki, because Loki is the keeper of the timeline, right? And it was about different timelines. I mean, his presence could also play a really good role and would add something. I'm not complaining. Let's say there were so many positive things about the movie that I cannot complain. But maybe it would be a cherry on top when Loki had also an appearance, because, I mean, why not? He was the timeline keeper, right? So, all in all, this movie was really something that you want to shout and say, oh my god, I'm so happy that I went to watch this movie. I watched it in 3D. For some movies, you watch in 3D and you think, oh my god, I didn't lose anything. I would not lose anything if I would watch it in 2D. But in this movie, there were so many scenes that I would think, I'm happy that I'm watching in 3D. So if you haven't watched it or you want to watch it in 3D, in my opinion. And let's be honest, let's talk about MCU in general. We know that MCU was not doing very well recently, but I'm so confident to say that Deadpool itself can save MCU. So this movie was so strong that I'm so like sure that this movie can be one of the reasons to save the MCU. And we know that MCU introduced the new villain of the Avengers, and he's no one, no other person than Robert Downey Jr. But this is for another video that I'm going to record. So don't forget to follow me, subscribe me, and hit the like button and activate the bell that you don't miss my next video. Thank you for watching until here. See you next time. Ciao.